Hi, I'm Mike Beliveau, and today we're going to do something a little bit different for the channel. We're going to be doing a book review on Eric Deaton's excellent book on collecting modern black powder Colt revolvers. So these would be the second and third generation of Colt's black powder revolvers. And the reason I want to bring you this book is because, of course, I have a real interest in second and third generation Colt revolvers because I own all three generations of Colt's 1860 Army revolver. And buying the second and third generation guns got me very interested in the whole lore, if you will, of Colt's second and third generation black powder guns. But I found there was very little information available on them. Luckily, I had access to some archives that maybe everybody wouldn't have access to. And there's a video that I did previously on three generations of Colts. And that deals mostly with how they're manufactured. But this book is quite different. It is a comprehensive look at everything black powder Colt. So let's get into the book and take a look at everything that it has to offer. I think you'll enjoy it. Well, the book starts off with a general comprehensive history of the basically the founding of the whole cap and ball replica industry in the United States, and how that then led to Val Forget and eventually Lou Imparato working with Colt to bring us the second and third generation Colt black powder guns. And these are stories that have been told before, but if you're not familiar with them, Eric does a really good job of bringing you all the information on basically how we got the replica market that we have today. After that, we get into some of the real meat of the book. There's specific chapters on the second generation models and on the third generation models. And in the chapter on the second generation models, it will cover every model and variant that Colt produced of second generation black powder revolvers. It is quite detailed. In this chapter, Eric will give you all of the technical specifications on every second generation Colt black powder revolver model made. And this technical specifications will be accompanied by gorgeous high-resolution photographs of each model. And the chapter on the third generation models, also known as the Colt Signature series, is equally chock full of information. You'll find, once again, every third generation model made will be described. It'll have its technical information, its production data, and then it'll be lavishly photographed. And really, this book is absolutely beautiful. The next chapter deals completely with Colt's packaging and paperwork. And if you're a shooter, you probably won't care about this. But if you're a collector, you know that having the right original box and having all the factory paperwork raises the value of your revolver by quite a bit. And in this chapter, Eric goes through all of the packaging that Colt produced for black powder revolvers and all the paperwork, so you can make sure that you've got your gun in the correct box and that you've got a full package of paperwork available when you're buying it or selling it. And really, this was a neat chapter to read. I learned quite a bit myself. The next chapter deals strictly with accessories. All of the little doodads that Colt also sold with its second and third generation revolvers. They include powder flasks, bullet molds, nipple wrenches, cap cases, just a whole variety of really neat gear. And once again, he provides you with tables and documentation, and really it's as complete a package on this as you could ask for. The next chapter covers Colt presentation cases. And Colt and Colt Black Powder Arms companies both made wood presentation cases to show off their second and third generation Colt Blackpowder revolvers. And even though there are a lot of aftermarket cases that you could get, they will not have licensed Colt logos and things of that nature. So if you wanted to have a display of your second and third generation guns, you could very easily find Colt presentation cases to show them off with. And this chapter goes through all of them. It's really quite extensive. And there's also a chapter that goes through all of Colt's advertising and catalog entries for their second and third generation black powder guns. And for me anyway, some of these brought back memories, because I can remember drooling over these when I was a younger man. Kind of surprising to me in a book on collecting Colts is Eric has a very extensive and well-written chapter on the other companies making black powder cap and ball revolvers. And he does a very good job with the history of these guns and some of the personalities who brought them to us. And a look at the companies themselves and how their quality has changed over the years. Really, this is quite informative and kind of a surprise in a book that deals mostly with Colts. The final chapter in the book, and one that is kind of intriguing, is where Eric judges different models head to head. And by that I mean he'll take a look at a Colt second generation, a Colt third generation, and an Uberti or a Pieta clone. And he'll rank the features and come up with a determination of who actually makes the best gun. And though you may disagree with some of his findings, they're all pretty interesting. Well, throughout the book, Eric salts in little snippets of information, like a look at different Colt cylinder engravings, or biographical sketches of several people who were important in Colt revolver history. So there's a little something to pique your interest all throughout the book. Well, that's our look at Eric Deaton's marvelous book on collecting modern black powder Colt revolvers. And if you liked it, give the video a big thumbs up. That's how we beat the algorithm and get this out to more folks to see. And if you're not a subscriber already, which I hope you are, but if you're not, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications, and then you can get the word on all the good content that we put out, because there's a lot of good stuff if you're a black powder fan. Now, this book review was something different for me. And I was a little hesitant to do it, and I'm not sure how well it's going to work. So by all means, give me your comments on whether or not it worked for you. Because the problem with doing a video book review, and I have written literally dozens of magazine article book reviews, but the problem in a video is that video is both a graphic medium and it's a dynamic medium. And no matter how profusely illustrated this book may be, right, which makes it very graphically beautiful, books in and of themselves are not very dynamic. So we'll have to see how this video came across. So let me know. And we've got a lot more good content on MikeBeliveau.com. Plenty of good black powder content. So if you like black powder and if you like this video, go check it out. You might see something that you like, and you might even find a good rockin' t-shirt like this one from Duelist Den. So until next week, bye.